Hi, I'm Megan James, and it's November 20th. My journey with art began in South Florida. I was born in Miami, and I fell in love with the ocean from a very early age. My earliest memories and experiences were in nature, and that has profoundly influenced all of my work. I remember my mother's intuitive creativity shaped our home into an ever-evolving canvas. She would turn our spaces into something that felt both wild and curated. And my father, who was a scientist, taught me so much about noticing details in nature. So my aesthetic developed around this interplay between wild elements and cultivated spaces. I think that resonates deeply with the collectors who install my pieces in their homes now. My influences come both from the art world and beyond that. I'm inspired by all of the places that I travel to with my partner. As far as painters, Jules Zalitsky's handling of color, James Perkins' treatment of space. Both have influenced my technical approach, and I think writers like Patti Smith have shaped my artistic philosophy in a huge way. Her ability to elevate raw experiences into something both primal and refined is definitely what I mirror in my paintings. I'm currently focused on a series called Local Knowledge, and it explores the raw elements of this place where I live. I crush shells, use plant pigments, and sand and rocks, and I turn them into bits of my paint, which enables me to make art that carries the DNA of this place. My biggest challenge is, probably learning the discipline of an art practice and taking care of myself. I think that if you treat your artistic career more like an athlete treats their career, then it will benefit you in a lot of ways. I think there's a misconception that artists stay up all night and abuse their bodies, drink or smoke, and I changed a lot of that idea with the way that I approach art. That kind of ties into what I would tell my younger self. I would say to be intentional without overthinking. Overthinking can prevent you from making art to begin with. And I would also say do not look for the perfect conditions to be creative. Perfect conditions rarely come. Make it a regular part of your day, like eating, working, sleeping. And like I said, I understand now that treating your practice with an athletic mindset, good sleep, excellent food, movement, it deepens your ability to translate beauty and function. My current work with local raw materials pushes conventional boundaries, I would say. It's a deeper way of bringing nature into a space that resonates particularly well with designers and collectors who value refinement and authenticity. Music does shape the energy of my pieces from time to time. Some of my collections have studio playlists that I try to post or send out in my newsletter, and other times I listen to podcasts or have just silence. A collector in New York once told me that their morning ritual had completely transformed after installing one of my larger water pieces, and they said that the way the light hit the crushed shell pigments made them feel like they were standing just at the edge of the Mediterranean each day. And that's exactly what I aim for, creating works that evolve with natural light and deepen our daily connection to wild places. I definitely want my collectors to find pieces of themselves in relation to the natural world. I hope that my paintings serve as a daily invitation to pause and connect with nature's raw poetry, to remember bits of themselves and their history with nature. Thank you so much for this interview, and you can follow my process on Instagram. It is Megan__James, or you can visit my website at meganjames.org.